Okay, so in last lecture we are seeing string functions, and we also did one uh, password validation programs. Okay, uh, is there anything I have given you task?
No.
Nothing. Okay. So yesterday I have told you that regarding to the functions, so we are just begin with some using built-in functions. Now we are actually seeing the what is a function and user-defined function. How you can define our own functions and how to call that function. So tell me what is a function? Last lecture I have told you the lecture like definition of function. Now
It's
how you can define a function?
the thing which is repeatedly in which we can use repeatedly without actually writing it down. The code which we can use repeatedly.
Yes, the code or the statement, the group of code, anything. The group of code which can be used repeatedly. Whatever the repeatedly. Spelling may be wrong, but it is, can be repeatedly used whenever we need it. Whenever we need it. And this is what definitions. In any programming, have you ever did a functions like have a define your functions? Have you ever called the functions in C, C++, Java, in any other languages? Can you tell me the syntax of any language functions?
Void name.
Okay, in C and C++ language, mostly what we are doing, like we are in C language function. How we are defining function? Void.
Void when scanf,
Then so basically after
printf.
void we are writing one function name, and function always comes with what? Round brackets. Okay. Then we are giving a opening bracket and closing bracket, and whatever the stop and thing that we want to write, we are writing within a closing and opening brackets. Correct? So this is a syntax for C language. This is syntax for CPP. This is also work for Java. Okay. The same
Yes.
things is work for C, C++, Java. Only the thing inner thing is get changes. Okay. While C language use the printf methods. Okay. CPP use what it going to use C out things. Okay. It's not CC, it's CPP. So accordingly, languages that inner statement is get changed. Okay. So in C out we are use. Okay. And if it is Java, then we are using system.out.println. Okay. So, but the structure of function is remains same. Void function name and function always come with the round brackets. It's always remember these statements. Okay. In any word, if you are before that, after that word, if you find that something round bracket, that means that is a functions. Always do. Okay. So this is regarding C, CPP, and Java. So this is the definition of function. In this way, we can define a function. Okay. Now, if you want to call that function, then how you can call that function? What is syntax for calling function? Once you define this
Syntax for
function,
calling function.
how you can call?
Print maybe.
No, just give the function name.
Yes, yes, sorry.
Okay. And the calling method is similar for every languages. You can use anything languages, C, C++, Java, Python, Android, anything. It's remains same. Okay. So this is regarding the where in C, C++, and Java, we are using the data type and the function name and the round bracket. Okay. There is one more language that is server-side scripting, that is the PHP. In PHP, what we are using, there is a word for defining function, that is a function itself. Function test Then there is also the round bracket and opening brackets and this. Okay. And calling things, same methods. Then changes. Okay. So now basically we are working with the Python. So now we'll see what is the syntax of Python defining a function. Have you ever defined a function in Python?
I
Can you
think so.
can you tell me which keyword is used for defining function in Python?
The starting lines define PD, panda as PDs and that stuff.
No, that is a model you are talking about. Okay, I'm talking about only for the function that we are going to see the further what is a model, how to define a model, and how to use built-in and user-defined models. That is the further things. But as of now, I'm just talking about the function as we define the void in C++, Java, and PHP in the function. In the similar way, whenever working with the Python, there is a def keyword. Okay, remember this. Def stands for definition. That means a functions. And we know that
Okay.
there is a no opening and closing bracket, so there is always use a colon. Okay,
Yeah.
and you are using your print statement, whatever you have, just simple things. Okay, no semicolon is needed. And there is also same thing that is calling similar manner. Doesn't matter. Semicolon is optional whether you can give or not give. Then, so defining a function in Python, we are using a def keyword. Def nothing but the definition of these functions. Okay. So every programming language having its own way or own syntax, but the concept remains same. Okay. So as you are working with the Python, in Python we are using the def. Okay. Let's check it practically. So definition we are writing the group of code which can be used repeatedly whenever needed. Okay. Why this concept come? Because in many time, in many situations, we need something in many times. Okay. Suppose there is a college notice and having a 10 to 12 line in that notice, and every classroom want that notice. Okay. So for the every classroom, you cannot write the different notice. You'll take one notice and you'll put it on notice board. Everyone can read and it can be supplied for the every classes. Similar concept is there. So whichever the things you needed in programs, just define it to the one function and call that function whenever it is needed. Okay. Let's do it practically so that the concept will be more clear. So just take one file and save this file within that particular our folder Python. So I'm writing a fun one dot py. Okay. So fine. So I'm just telling one simple thing. So suppose we have one print for method here. Okay. And that contains some information. Okay. So this is notice regarding or something regarding or vocation. Okay. Vacations. Simply. So this is a way, and if you run this program, it will run only once. Okay. If you want to repeat these things for particular times, okay, means two time, three time, four time, you don't know. If you know how many time this notice or this print statement will be repeated, then what you can use? If you
For
want
loop.
to repeat this method for five times, then which can you use?
For loop.
For loop we can simply use. Okay. So simply what we are going to do, we are going to use for I in range and which I'm going to give just five times. So give the upper limits, correct? Colon, and you can go there, copy this matrix and paste it here simply. Now it will print five times. Okay, this two way we know. But what if we don't know like how many time it should be useful? One time, two time, 100 times, 1,000 times, doesn't matter. Okay, if that is not a fix, then this fixed thing we cannot be used. Okay, For that purpose, we can just keep on defining the functions, and whenever it is needed, at that time we can simply call that functions. Okay, so just use the definition def. Suppose I'm talking MSG. This is user defined function name. You can use any function name, doesn't matter. Okay. MSG function always come with a round bracket. This statement always remember the round bracket means the function colon and just give it a message. Fine. Now, what output will be? It will be print. What output will get now?
The print statement only.
Whether it is work, just run this program. Nothing is printed. Why?
Oh yeah, because you have defined MEGS and then you do not specify what is in
We have just
MEGS. That's
defined
why.
that function. What is
Yeah,
definition?
you do
Function is a
not
group
call
of
it.
code which can be used repeatedly whenever needed. Needed means that we need to call that function. And how we can call that function? We can call the function here also. Okay, and that will also work. And if you thought like, oh, one more time I need it, so just simply go here and type that message. Okay. Up to now, whatever the program he did for we want to execute something, so we need to close this window and run that program again. Correct. Every time we need
Mhm.
to go the main program and every time we need to run for programs because we want to again and again outputs. Now here you have run only once, but you can repeat that message n number of times just by calling that messages. Okay, so this is a power of function. You can just keep on defining and you can call any number of times whenever it is needed. Understood? Okay,
Yes.
so don't just understand by the syntax, understand by its concepts, why it is introduced and what is the exact use of this function. Okay, you understood now this because in last programs whatever we did, if I want to do something changes, so then I want to go with main programs, run these programs and then go for the console. But now what we are doing, we are just define the function and we are calling the n number of times. This is the power of what? Functions. Done.
Yes.
Now we're going to see the types of functions. This is a first type and that is very simple one. Simple means without a parameterized. Okay. In this function, we are not passing any parameter. We are just defining empty functions and we are just calling that functions. Okay. So this is called a simple functions or a non-parameterized functions. The second function type we are going to see, and that is nothing but parameterized function. Whenever there is a parameterized function, that means a function for the function we need to pass some parameter. Suppose we want to accept the name and I will print the welcome, that particular name. So just define one name, well name, whatever the function name you can give. This function will accept one parameter. Okay. In Python, the advantage is there is no need to use a specific data types, so whether it is integer, float, doubles, or string. You can just define one simple variable. Suppose I'm defining a variable as nm. Okay, and just make a use of that nm. You can print any message. Okay, but while calling parameterized function, you need to pass the parameter. Suppose if you want to call this function, so this function need one parameter. So based on the type of value you have passed, if you pass the integer value, then it is accept the integer. If you pass the string, then it will accept the strings. Okay. So this is what parameterized functions. Let's quickly check it by practically. So I will define second function, say function2 dot py. Okay. Now we have to define one user defined function which accept the name and it will print the welcome that particular username. So just define function. Function name should be, can give anything. So always give the function name some meaningful name so that it understood, oh, this is regarding to this. Okay. Well, name which accept one parameter. So the parameter I'm going to give any parameter I can use nm colon go there, use print and double quote. I'm writing welcome colon double quote comma nm. Okay. So this function accept one username and it will print welcome whatever the name you are passing. Just run this program now. Okay. If you're trying to run just only the empty function name, so it will give the one error, the missing parameter. Okay. So let's check that. Function name is welname, well name. Don't pass any value. So it will give one error. See, observe that error. What is error? Type for a well name with missing one required positional argument as a name. Okay. We are not passing the particular parameters. So now again go here, well nm and pass one value here because I'm passing series. See. So it is a parameterized function which accepting one parameter and based on parameter, whatever the value we have passed and accordingly that is going to print it the outputs. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
Welcome in the name. Now there is one question I have. Suppose what if I want to accept the name from the user and user will decide what name it should be printed. Okay, then how you can do these programs? I want to accept the name from user and pass to these functions. Then how you can do? How you can accept the input from user?
Maybe we can write it besides name that uh, enter the name
Hmm.
in double quote and again in the inverted
Yeah,
commas.
simply just as usual that we are whatever the name we are using, the nm variable I'm using, nm is equal to input and just we are telling enter your name, enter your name. Okay, and just go here. So whatever the name a user will enter, that is going to store into this nm variable, and after that simply call that function, and within that function call your parameter, so whichever the name we are accepting from user. Okay, so very first thing it will print enter your name, so whatever the name you are passing, that is now going to print in the welcome message. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now the question is, so in the welcome functions, we are using one parameter. The parameter name is nm. Okay. So this parameter is called as a formal parameter. Okay. Formal parameter means it is just a formality which function accepting one values. Okay. And this is nothing but whatever we are passing, and that is nothing but actual parameter. We are actually passing the value, actual parameter. Okay, means if I use instead of nm, if I use the a here, so will it work or not? Just observe the program.
No.
It's not going to work.
Okay. No.
It will give
No.
errors or not?
Yes, because
Exactly.
we're
So
using different formal parameters.
correct. So basically, it is not compulsory to use the same name. Okay. This is the mistake every
Okay.
student or every developer do. So they always thought that, oh, the file parameter name is like this. So we should also use the same name. It is not at all compulsory. Okay. Because that function telling it is just a formality that this function need one value. In which variable you are storing, that doesn't matter. Okay. If you are going at something mall or you are doing some shopping, the bill is 1,000 rupees. So they are accepting 1,000. You may give the 110 notes, you may give the 502 notes, okay? You may give the
Yeah,
205
okay.
notes. So what exactly at the end they needed? They need 1,000 rupees. In similar manner, this function need one value. So that's why it is calling as a formal. It is just a formality that you need to pass one variable. Okay. And actually which variable you're passing, that doesn't matter. You can use any variable. Okay. So this differentiate you need to understand. Okay, here, because many time we'll get confusion every time you're trying to change the variable name. Oh, this is a variable name is nm and we are passing a, so this should not happen. Done? Understood
Yes.
this? So this is
Yes, yes.
one type, that is a without parameter, and one is a with parameter. Got it? Now we'll go some further. So we are understanding every ups and downs of functions, okay, in types of functions also. First time we are seeing without parameters, second function we are seeing with parameters. Okay. Now there is one more things, because now here we are just calling a function and that function is printing actual something, because every function we are writing a print statement. Okay. So that will be get easy to know what exactly it's going to read, just print a name. Okay. But there are some other types of functions, but that doesn't matter with the Python languages. Okay. I'm just telling with other function. In other function, instead of void, we may use some data type, suppose integer add. Okay. Which accepts some value. So suppose in other language I'm talking about integer n1 comma integer n2. So this is some function names. Okay. And now some function may return some function can print which are other than void, but some function without printing they are just return this value return return a plus b. Okay. So this is also the one type without data type and with the return statements. So whichever the function that we have a return things, for that function, calling that function, we need to use a print statement. Okay. If you can just simply call the add and just passing a two parameter, it will return value, but it's not going to print. That's why this function we need to call in a print statements. Okay. So this is also the one type. And in Python, there is a again there is no need to use a specific data type, so just simply use the def. Okay, because it doesn't support the data type properly, so you can use anything. Same thing you have to use, but instead of print statement you have to use just a return. Okay, let's check it
Yes.
practically now. Just close this window. So fine, I'll go to the file and make one new programs. Control F, save this program. So re fun3 dot py. Okay, so now I want to define one function which will print the square of numbers. Okay, so write function name is sqr which accept one parameter. Suppose I'm passing n. Okay, now I'm not going to printing the value. I'm just making a return statement. Return. It's written what it's going to return n into n. Okay, sorry, where it is n into n.
I think your screen isn't. I mean, the screen is freezed up. I cannot. I just can see RE and then your cursor. I cannot see N into N or anything like that.
Now you can see the screen.
Nope, it's one same page.
You're in same page
Yeah, we're done. Send you what you can
now.
see. Nope. Like I can see the screen, but type type something again.
Okay, okay. Now, just that screen is get closed by me. Okay, no problem. So suppose def we are
Okay.
now. It's okay.
Can you type something so I can
Yeah, I'm
tell you if
typing.
I can see? No, no, I can't see anything. I
Not.
can see where you have said what is function and then
Yeah.
give
So
example
basically,
function.
can you see the screen? Where the syntax we are
Yes.
written?
Yeah, I can see where you have written the stuff like parameter
Okay.
fun and then Python and
No,
then
fine.
simple def test, print detail and everything.
Correct. So this return statement, can you see? Integer, this add and this function.
No, I can see this on my screen. Send you a photo.
Okay, no problem. I will just stop this screen and I'm trying to share it 1 second. Just wait a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So just I'm going to share this screen again. And tell me whether it is visible or not.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, can you now see?
Yes, I can see this.
Now?
Yeah, I can see this.
Fine. So we are defining now function. So def square which accept one number as an input parameter. Now instead of void, I'm using a print statement. I'm using return. 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 For square, what is return? N into
Yeah.
n. Correct. Now if I
Yes.
call this function sqr and I'm passing one value 5. So what is going to print?
25.
Hmm?
5 square.
Means what?
25.
It, printing nothing. Why it is printing
Okay.
nothing?
I don't know.
Because with what we use? Return. It is actually returning a value, but is there anywhere there is you can see the print statement?
No.
No. Then whenever in function there is a return keyword is used, at that time that function you need to call in a print statement itself. Okay. So this thing also you have to remember. Sometimes the all developer student can write a correct function, but while calling they will forget, oh, their function is returning a value. It is not printing a value. If it is not printing a value, then you have to call that function within a print statement. So just you can just call. Now you can see the 25. Okay. So you may
Yes.
want to some add some messages so that also you can do the square of number is square square of number is. Okay. That also you can write. Just use equal to. Doesn't matter. Don't forget to the comma here. 25. Okay. Now I want to make a parameterized function with the return statement, but that is an addition program. So how we can do? Just tell me. Parameterized function with return, but that is for hey.
So instead of n into n, do n plus n.
Uh, okay. Just I will take one more file. Addition function I want to write, but with parameterized functions. Function.py. What should I use? Def add
This addition.
which accept two numbers, suppose a comma b colon, and what it going to return?
Return a plus b.
return return a plus b. Okay, so the any expression you can write here, so it doesn't matter. Now while calling this function you may accept that number. Now tell me, what if I want to accept the two number from user? So how can you use?
uh, a in
So we
add
need a
a
variable. Suppose
comma
I'm
b
using the
and then
n1 is equal to what? Integer
a
input we needed. So the int of input. So I'll simply use enter number one, and the same thing I have trying to copy that thing and n2, and then number two. Now how I can pass this number to the function? How I can pass this n1 n2 that function? Hello.
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know.
What is your function name? Add.
Add.
And a and b are just a formal parameter. And what actual parameter we using?
Yeah,
N1 n2.
n1 n2. So add bracket n1 n2.
Ah,
Yeah,
but it is a return statement, so that's why we have to use some print
print
statement first. Okay. Then you can give any message. Sum is equal to maybe. After that, comma, use the function name add, and which value we are storing, that n1 comma
n1 comma n2.
n2. That's all. Just run these programs. So the number one 88, number two 12, the sum is equal to 100. Fine.
Yes.
Understood this. So in this way, you can define many functions. Okay. And you can just make a use of that function whenever it is needed. So basically, which are the types of functions? So one is a simple functions without parameter. Second function is with parameters. Okay. And one is with function, but that is with the return statement. And one more things, whenever you are writing the function with the return statement, okay, that in 99%, 99 means 100, more than like every time, it must be a parameterized function. Okay. If you are not passing any value, you're not passing any parameter, so what is going to return? If you want to return something, there must be some calculation, there must be some value. Okay. So while using the return statement, remember this, it must need some parameters, some expression, it must be written some value. If you are not returning something, at least return some zero value. Okay. So this is very important. Got it? Is there any doubt in function?
No.
Okay. Okay. Just I will take you quickly tell you the real time use of now the functions. So it avoid repetitions or unnecessary the repetition of the code. So have you remember last time we did one task, the string task, that same so str task. It is okay. So this function, what we are doing, we are accept there is one size, and based on that size, what we are doing, we are extracting the only the number value. Okay. But how many time I have called this convert that thing? One time, two time, three time I have did. Okay. What if I want to make one simple function? That function accept only a size, and that will give the proper integer number. How are you gonna do? We want to make one parameterized function. That function accept the size, and at the end it will print the actual numeric value. Just we have study the functions. Now I don't want to use every time these four statements. I want to just make a use of one simple function which will accept the size like this, and it will extract the numeric value. Okay. Every code we are having, just we need to convert with this with the help of function. So simply what we are going to do, let's see. I will keep that program open so that you can understand. Okay. The very
Yeah.
first thing that we need one size. So suppose I'm taking s1 is equal to, and that size should be a string. So I'm using input functions. Okay. So we'll send enter the size with ml, enter size, sijd. So first of all, they'll save this function fun5 dot okay, enter size with ml, okay, proper message. So user will enter the size. It may be the 180, 190, 2000, anything, or 750, something, anything. Okay. Now our job is to be extract the ml and just print the integer value. So for that, I am defining one function. The function name is suppose always define a function before it's calling. Okay. Def suppose size get size function name. Okay. Which accept one values, any value. Suppose using I'm same variable, doesn't matter. After that, extracting accepting size, we want to separate that ml, and for that, the what is the function? This. Okay. So use the same function
Yes.
here, where it is like this. Okay. That's all. Instead of s1 here, use s.
Yes.
Fine. Just call that function get size, which s you're passing. Fortunately, we are using the same, but you can use any value. Suppose sz size, doesn't matter. Okay. So now we have one defined one function that exactly get the size, but it will extract the ml variable. Now just simply run this program, enter the size. Suppose I'm hitting 180 ml. Edit done. 180. Again, I'm call what is function name? Get
As a
size.
good size.
SIJD. Ah no, we have to run this program because we have this function is accepting input separately. That's right. Okay. You may write that I accept input like accepting input within that function. That is also possible. So I'm writing 1000 ml. Still it is extracting because of function is for exact we are eating extracting the two last variables. Okay. So now this statement is repeated 3 times, not 4 times, but we have written only 1 time. Okay. So like this, just don't study that function the syntactically. It can be used whenever you thought, oh, this is repeating every time. Okay. Now it is based on user. You can enter any size. We can just extract the separate word as ML. Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Fine. So this is all about the function. Simple function, parameterized function with print statement, without print statement, and without whenever there is a without print statement or whenever there is a return statement, that function we need to call with the print within print statements. Okay. These all are the syntax. I will just share you the screenshot of this for the reference purpose, and also I will upload that programs on GitHub so that you can report. Okay. Now, your task it should be like you should make one functions, arithmetic related function, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and any function I called, and I will just pass the parameter, and accordingly it will print the values. Okay. If I call the addition, then it will accept two number, then it will print addition. If I call multiplication, it will accept two value. It will print multiplication, and accordingly for division and the subtraction also.
Yes.
Okay. So you have to define four
Yes.
different function, and whichever the function I called and I pass the number, accordingly it will print the values. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
Is there
Yes.
any doubt in function syntax or something?
Not right now.
Right now. Okay, just try to do it. Is there any problems tomorrow? Tomorrow is a Friday, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be not there. So no problem. In day after tomorrow, we are going to first. Okay. In the
Okay.
Python, there is a one expression you may heard about that lambda expressions. Have you heard about
No.
ever lambda
Like
expression?
I might have heard about it, but I don't remember about
Exactly.
it.
So that is also the one kind of function that is called a anonymous function or lambda expression that we are going to see on Saturday. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So till then you can just practice with the function, and if you have any doubt or any error, just WhatsApp it me. I will get resolved.
Yeah.